Another day, another story. The story's name is Make Good Friends. Friendship is a great blessing from God. If one finds good friends, his life in this world is no less than a paradise. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Max who had just moved to a new city. Max's life was never easy when he first moved to the new city. He had left behind his old friends, and he found it hard to make new ones. Max would often come home from school and spend hours alone in his room, feeling lonely and isolated. There were moments when Max would see groups of kids hanging out and having fun, and he would feel a pang of jealousy. He longed to be a part of a group, but he didn't know how to make it happen. Max would try to join in on conversations, but the kids would often ignore him or brush him off. Max would often cry himself to sleep, wondering what was wrong with him. He thought that maybe he wasn't interesting or cool enough to have friends. Max's mom tried to comfort him, but she knew that he was going through a tough time. Max was feeling lonely and lost because he didn't have any friends in the new place. He missed his old friends and wished he could find new ones. One day, Max decided to go to the local park to play basketball. As he was playing, he saw a group of boys playing soccer nearby. Max was hesitant to approach them, but he knew he had to make an effort to make friends. He walked over to the group and introduced himself. To Max's surprise, the boys welcomed him with open arms. They invited him to play soccer with them, and Max was thrilled. He had a great time playing with his new friends and felt like he belonged. After the game, Max exchanged numbers with the boys and promised to hang out again soon. Max realized that making new friends wasn't as hard as he thought it would be. All he had to do was take the first step. Over the next few weeks, Max and his new friends hung out often. They went to the movies, played sports, and explored the city. Max was grateful to have made such good friends in such a short time. One day, Max's new friends invited him to a birthday party. Max was excited to go but didn't know what to get his friend as a gift. He asked his mom for advice, and she suggested that he make something personal for his friend. Max decided to make a friendship bracelet for his friend. He spent hours weaving the bracelet and was proud of the final product. At the party, Max's friend was thrilled with the gift and wore the bracelet all night. As Max looked around the party, he realized how lucky he was to have such good friends. He had made friends who accepted him for who he was and who genuinely cared about him. Max knew that he had found lifelong friends, and he was grateful for the experience. As Max spent more time with his new friends, he began to feel like he could trust them with anything. They confided in each other and had fun together. However, one day Max made a mistake. He cheated during a game of cards with his friends. Max's friends were shocked and hurt when they found out. They couldn't believe that Max would cheat, and they started to distance themselves from him. Max was devastated. He didn't know how to make it up to his friends or if they would ever forgive him. Max realized that he had taken his friends for granted. He had thought that they would always be there for him no matter what, but he had been wrong. Max realized that he needed to change his ways and become a better friend. Max apologized to his friends and promised that he would never cheat again. He knew that he had to earn their trust back, but he was willing to do whatever it took. Max started to spend more time with his friends and be there for them whenever they needed him. Slowly but surely, Max's friends began to forgive him. They saw that he was trying to be a better friend and that he genuinely cared about their friendship. Max was grateful to have his friends back in his life, and he promised to never let them down again. Max's new friends were more than just people to hang out with. They were there for him when he needed help with homework or studying for exams. They were always willing to lend a helping hand, and Max was grateful for their support. Whenever Max struggled with a math problem or a science concept, his friends were there to explain it to him. They would break it down into simpler terms and make sure that he understood the material. Max knew that he could count on his friends to help him out whenever he needed it. Max's friends also helped him with his exams. They would quiz him on the material and help him prepare for the big day. Max was nervous about taking tests, but his friends gave him the confidence he needed to do well. Outside of school, Max's friends were always up for a game of basketball or a bike ride. They encouraged Max to stay active and healthy, and they showed him that there were more things to do than just play video games. Through this experience, Max learned that making good friends was about more than just having fun and hanging out. It was about being honest, trustworthy, and loyal. Max realized that he had to work hard to maintain his friendships and that he couldn't take them for granted. Max's friends were a positive influence on him, and they helped him avoid bad habits. They didn't drink, smoke, or do drugs, and they encouraged Max to stay away from those things as well. Max knew that his friends had his best interests at heart, and he appreciated their guidance. Through it all, Max knew that he was lucky to have such good friends. They were there for him in every way possible, and he knew that he could count on them no matter what. Max learned that true friendship was about more than just having fun. It was about being there for each other and helping each other out. Max and his friends were stronger than ever. They had been through a rough patch, but they had come out of it with a stronger bond. Max knew that he had made good friends for life, and he was grateful for the lessons he had learned. Max learned that making good friends required effort and courage. He had to be willing to put himself out there and take risks. But it was all worth it in the end because he had found friends who would be there for him no matter what. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more stories.